Kamo River in Kyoto. The clear flow of the Kamo River has nurtured Kyoto's culture. Along its banks is a long-established tea caddy shop, said to be the oldest in Japan. Kaikado was founded in the 8th year of the Meiji era, 1875. A tea caddy is a cylindrical container used to store tea leaves. This is a Kaikado tea caddy. The lid slides shut smoothly under its own weight. The way it closes as if being drawn in shows its excellent airtightness. Tea leaves are sensitive to moisture, and sealing them keeps their fragrance from dissipating and prevents deterioration. About 140 years ago, during the Meiji Restoration, a period when Western culture blossomed in Japan, Kaikado imported thin tin from the West and began making tea caddies. Before that, tea was mainly stored in ceramic jars. However, these jars were heavy and prone to breaking. Tinplate tea caddies, on the other hand, were light, durable, and most importantly, highly airtight, making them practical. Their design and size have remained unchanged since the shop's founding 140 years ago. In addition to tin, tea caddies are made from copper and brass. The sound that echoes through the workshop has been the same since its founding during the Meiji Restoration. The fifth-generation craftsman, Seiji Yagi, the sixth generation, Takahiro Yagi, is preserving the tradition.
密閉性も良くて、開け閉めしやすくてっていうのは至難の技ですね。
もう入れ物としての世界一目指したいなとも思いましたし、で今度それをやっていけばいくほど、やっぱりお茶筒屋としての世界一っていうのもやっぱりきちんと見てもらいたい部分にもなってきましたし。
The young craftsman dedicated to carrying this tradition into the future is Ryosuke Ishiba.
もう本当に初代が作った段階でもうほぼほぼ出来上がってるんですよね。なんでもう手の加えようがない、完成された状態でもう作り続けている。そういう中でもなおかつお客さんに使いやすいようにするためには一体どこに手を加えればいいのかっていうところに悩まなければいけないので。
Ishiba is originally from Aichi Prefecture. He went to a local university aiming to become a programmer. However, his admiration for craftsmanship in a different field grew. After graduation, he moved to Kyoto to study metalwork. It was around that time that he discovered Kaikado's tea caddies. Because of their excellent airtightness, they can be used to store various items, such as pasta and coffee. And they were also recognized internationally. Inspired to make those tea caddies, he chose the path of a craftsman. The simple form, stripped of excess, embodies high craftsmanship.
一般的ではない技術といいますか、すごい特別、お茶筒を作るためだけの技術というところで確立をされていたので、そういったところでは結構インパクトというか、衝撃は覚えました。
What hidden techniques are involved? Next, we reveal the secret of how airtightness is achieved. Many probably imagine sencha, green tea, when considering Japanese tea. Tea was introduced to Japan during the Nara period. It was a luxury enjoyed only by the upper class for a long time. It wasn't until the Edo period that commoners could enjoy tea as well. However, the tea was poor in quality, with a brownish color and a bad aroma. Then, the groundbreaking sencha was created. The person who invented this method was Soen Nagatani from Kyoto. It tasted good and was easy to brew. Sencha spread throughout Japan. Tea caddies were made to store those tea leaves. Ishiba crafts tea caddies from copper. He cuts copper sheets, 0.5 millimeter thick, to precise dimensions.
誤差としては髪の毛1本差ぐらいはもうかなり大きい誤差になってきますので。
A small error can have a big impact on the quality. This tool shapes the copper sheet into a tea caddy. Since we cannot show this process, here's an illustration. Each piece is handmade, so mass production is impossible. Right now, he's making the lid. He matches the diameter with precision. He temporarily clips it with a tool called a hasu.
ここを失敗するともう蓋の具合がおかしかったりとか、いい茶筒ができないというところになるので、一番作業の中では重要なパートになりますね。
I was shown the structure of the tea caddy. It has a double structure made of 2 cylinders. The inner cylinder is made of tin plate, and the outer cylinder is covered with copper. The double-layered structure enhances its airtightness. And it also blocks moisture and sunlight, which can degrade the tea leaves. By creating a precise gap between the lid and the key, they maintain airtightness while also ensuring the tea caddy is easy to open and close, combining 2 traits that are usually contradictory. Because of this, the diameter of the lid is crucial. The reference point is a line thinner than a strand of hair.
その線に対して1本丸々隠すであるとか、半分隠してあるとか、それぐらいの誤差にはなりますので、ミリ以下の単位で調整をすることになります。
Precision is the essence of the tea caddy. Each time, the 5th generation master checks it. He fits it together with the inner cylinder, the key.
これちょっと硬いわ。ちょっとギリギリやわ。ちょっと線半分ぐらい隠した方でええのちゃう？半分ぐらい隠した方でええわ。
わかりました。ありがとうございます。
硬い人が好きな人、柔らかい人が好きな人、せやけれど誰でも気持ちよく使えるっていうのが一番難しいところですね。
僕自身手を動かしてても、やっぱり、満足するところは、今の段階でももちろんないですし、使いやすい茶筒っていうのを、作っていかなければいけないなというのは思います。
Next, we'll show techniques that have remained unchanged since the Meiji Restoration. A tea canister that smoothly and satisfyingly closes. The precision of the diameter is what creates its high level of airtightness. The lid with the determined diameter is finished. The top plate is fitted in place. As it is, there's no strength, and wear will occur, so the texture is also poor.
なるべく均等になるようにこうちょっとずつ上がり具合を見ながらまっすぐになるまで上げていきます。
It's pushed up using a tool called a sukiage. If the height isn't uniform, the soldering in the next step will loosen. The parts that are too high are hammered back down. When it fits properly, it not only gains strength but also curves smoothly and feels comfortable in the hand. Using a heated soldering iron from the inside, solder is applied evenly. The entire circumference is made to the same thickness. At this time, the important factor is the temperature of the iron. If the temperature isn't consistent, the solder will spread unevenly. The sound is used to judge the temperature. The way the solder attaches greatly affects the airtightness.
そのハンダが乗ってない部分っていうのは、細かいところですけど空気の出入りがあるということになりますので、やっぱりその気密性云々というところにも関わってくると思いますし、確実につけなければいけないっていうのはもう最低条件ですね。
It's now securely fixed with solder. This ensures no air will escape. Once all the parts are assembled, the fifth generation artisan adjusts and assembles them. At this point, a gap appears between the inner tin cylinder, the key, and the outer copper cylinder. Then, the artisan begins hammering the key.
叩くことによって材料が広がる。
Metal has the property of stretching when hammered. The gap is filled by creating a band-like bulge. The height and angle of this are a secret passed down from the first generation. And with that, the gap disappeared perfectly. The two cylinders became one.
こうやって合わせて。こんなもんやね。ちょうど気持ちを開いたり閉まったりするかな。いいもん作らないが、人に負けないものを継続して作っていくっていうのが職人のプロですかね。
To share these tea canisters with the younger generation, a new initiative has begun. That initiative is a cafe. The wall is lined with tea canisters. Even the cheesecake is modeled after the tea canister. This has prompted a gradual increase in young people enjoying tea at the cafe.
"若い人たちっていうのがなかなか手に取らないっていうのがありますので、それでもやっぱり興味の方が高くなったら使ってみようかなと、思ってもらえるような商品なんかを今後は出していきたいっていうふうに思ってますし。
Up next, completing a tea canister that can last for 100 years. The tea canister's completion is close, but it's not yet beautiful. It is given the shine of metal. This is done by polishing it with rapeseed oil. If it shines too much, it won't fit well with a dining table. After polishing, the tea canister reveals the natural beauty of the metal. Thus, the tea canister is complete. A work of craftsmanship that allows for no compromises. The brilliance from when the business was first established has not faded, even in modern times. Mr. Ishiba, who completed the tea canister, continues to learn further techniques. Currently, the 5th generation is focusing on repairs. This is a copper tea canister that has been used for over 30 years. It's not obvious, but there are several dents. It's warped, causing the lid not to fit properly.
これをへっこむのを直して、ちょっと歪んでるのを直して落ちるようにする。どこをどう直すかが問題ですね。何が悪いか、どこがあかんのでどないなってるか、それ見極めるのがね、いろんな経験で直さないかんのでね。修理出たら1万やね。
3 generations of artisans. A tea canister that can last for 100 years. This responsibility is now being entrusted to a young man. The dents are completely gone. The lid now closes smoothly.
大事に作らんとあかんね。こうやって修理に帰ってくるぐらいのものを作らないかんなとは思いますね。うちが作ってるものは1台で5年10年で潰れるもんやありませんので、100年ほど持つ。お母さんが使ってたしまた使おうかな、そんな思い出もあったり、いろんなものが詰まってる。そういうのも大事にして、うちらも大事にして、作っていくんやな。
缶自体を作るところまでが、職人の仕事で、もうお客様それぞれで育てていただくという。なので僕らが作った時点が完成というわけではなくて、そこから先も年数をかけていって育てていって、それで完成なのかなと思いますね。
Finally, I asked him, what does he feel about making tea canisters?
長年使っていって、その人の味が出てきて、思い出が出てきて、それはチャルツの中に詰まってるっていうのはうちのチャルツですね。
やっぱり100年前のお茶筒が今修理に帰ってくるんですね。ということは今買うてくれはった方が100年後に修理に持ってきはるっていうことなので、100年間これから先も同じお茶筒を作り続けるのが僕らのやらないといけないことだなと思ってるので、
どこまで行ってもいいものを作り続けることに重点を置いて、職人としては真摯に応えられるようにいいものを作っていかなければならないなと思っております。
A reliable technique that emerged with the dawn of modernization. Since then, it has been passed down without fading. Young people look toward the future 100 years ahead, continuing to create good products. They open the door to tomorrow, taking another step closer to their dreams.